How has kind of your roles changed, and what is kind of your day to day? Are you mainly in meetings? Are you just kind of listening? Or are you making two to three big decisions a day? Or are you still really involved in the actual operations of the business?
I would say at the beginning, I was definitely more involved in like warehouse operations and day to day, processing orders, picking, packing, all of that. Just to really, to get respect, kind of like we talked about earlier, but also I do think it's super important to understand the business you're in and every single facet of that business. Because without that, I don't think I would have been able to make decisions that I've had to make over the past 5 years. And it also has allowed me to build, we have a real family atmosphere in our warehouse. We're all super, super close. So I think, at the beginning, I was definitely more heavily involved in the day to day. But right now I still am. I still, contribute in the warehouse every day. But I would say right now a lot more of my time is spent, focusing on growth factors. So, the bulk of my time is spent on PPC marketing, Google and Meta ads, and just continuously coming up with new content for those and strategy. I meet with, a lot of people over at Meta who kind of on a weekly basis we're having meetings to discuss our ads because we're a pretty big uh, advertiser for them now. But yeah, I mean, it really just depends on the time of the year for me. Like right now, I'm heavily focused on finalizing our order for next winter, and this takes all of my time because I'm designing all of our products. Me and my mom are trying to come up with standardized sizing charts to come make our products more cohesive, and it's that's what's so great I think about being in small business is no day is the same. And honestly, a lot of times I walk into the office and I have no clue what I'm going to do that day, and somehow I find 8, 9, 10 hours of work to do in one day, and then the next day it's something totally different. I could be designing jackets one day, and then the next day maybe I'm having to redesign our warehouse and remap where items are being stored in the warehouse. So I think that, and I'm sure you can relate to that. That's what's so exciting about small business is that you really are involved in every facet of your business, and you really just it keeps you on your toes, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, like no, you're definitely right. Sometimes it's exciting, and then sometimes walk into the office, which I guess for me is my home office. I just
Yeah, you get out of
get
bed.
out of bed, and I expect to do 10 tax returns, and I actually have to spend 10 hours on the phone with
Oh
QuickBooks,
yeah.
or because like there's a problem. So some days aren't exciting,
No,
but for the
that's
most part,
so true. It's like some days
yeah.
I do walk in, and then that's the thing is things can that's why I told you earlier I have like 200 tabs open because I start one thing and then we're getting calls from customers that this item is defective and it's bursting at the seams, and we're dealing with
You just
customers
gotta
who are
multitask.
saying,
You
"Oh, this
gotta
package
multitask.
was stolen." You can get derailed easily. So that's why I leave all these tabs open because I consistently get derailed. I'm like, oh, I come back 3 days later. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot I had this tab open and I was working on this and I never finished it.
That's so funny. If you so you've been in this for 6 years now. If you could go back to 2020 Max and tell him something, one piece of advice that would get to where you guys are today in half the time in 2023, what would be that one piece of advice that you would tell the younger you?